What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I am here with my immediate reaction to what just took place at UFC 323. I can finally say the iconic line. It hasn't even updated on Google, but Petr Yan has got the belt back. I am so happy to be wrong about this. I'm so happy, guys. Guys, I can't believe this. What a fucking performance. Absolutely, just proved everybody wrong, man. Like, what a great win. I can't say anything negative about his performance in this matchup. Petr Yan went out there against a guy that 50-45'd him the first time. Now the results are coming up. These numbers are inaccurate, but we'll talk about the performance overall. Went out there against a guy that 50-45'd him. And in this fight, he showed even better takedown defense somehow. I don't know why it's like glowing down here, but regardless, even better takedown defense somehow. And instead of getting mogged, he was mogging Merab. He pushed Merab back. He was landing his jab. He was landing good combinations. Hurt him to the body a couple of times as well. Very, very impressive performance. The scoring of this fight was very fucking weird. And I'll talk a little bit about the commentary and the refereeing tonight. But as for how I scored it, I thought round one was very close. You could give it to Merab. I gave it to Yan. He rocked Merab with a 1-2 down the middle. And it seemed like straight away, Merab was like way too comfortable striking. Like, I guess me and everybody else and Corey Nerdhagen like gassed this guy up into thinking he's fucking, out striking people easily now, which he has in his other fights. But this one was not the fight to be striking. He started out really aggressive with the overhand around the frame defense of Yan when he posts out like this. And as soon as Yan rocked him with the 1-2 down the middle, the old Merab came back, spamming takedowns. He racked up like 10 takedown attempts in the first round. But Yan did such a good job defending them, man. He fought behind his jab really well also, and that kind of caused a lot of damage. The second round, I thought, was a very clear round for Yan. He took down Merab. And, Merab did a great job scrambling, got back up. But then Merab, he was aggressive with the takedown attempts. And he did scramble up well, but I feel like Merab was getting outstruck with the jab, with the boxing of Petr Yan. He was starting to touch the body a little bit as well. And I thought it could have been 2-0 Yan going into the third. I could see it being maybe 1-1 going to the third, but from the third, fourth, and fifth, I never thought I would fucking say this. Petr Yan took over against Merab. Third round was a crazy pace, back and forth, super competitive. Merab landed a good shot, and then he had the front headlock that we were talking about. Boom. Yan picks him up, dunks him on his head on some Leon Edwards shit. Hurt him to the body in round three, just landed that left side body kick, really, really damaged him with the toes to the body. That was a big swinging point in the momentum. So Yan won the third round from hurting him to the body. It was back and forth before that. Merab was pressuring, he was getting scrappy. He landed some good shots as well. Fourth round, man, great round from Yan as well. Honestly, you could see this being I think the first round is probably the one you would give to Merab. But from that point on, man, in that fourth round, it felt like Merab kind of knew he was behind and he just couldn't get anything going that well. Like, he was being offensive, he was being aggressive. But, Yan was defending the takedowns. He was, piecing him up with the jab. Merab did jump a guillotine in the fourth round. He had a decent attempt on it, but Yan got out of it and he just kept the pace up. He was out damaging Merab. He put him on the back foot. He got comfortable. As soon as I saw him throw a spinning back fist into an overhand, I knew Merab was finished. Like, I knew Merab was not coming back. Yan has reached, downloaded data, flow state mode. And yeah, the fifth round as well, it was fucking beautiful, man. Like, he just out damaged Merab so well. Put him back, put him behind the black line, put him on the back foot, defended the takedowns, and not just defended the takedowns, but turned it around into offense. He didn't just limp leg out and get held against the cage. He limp legged out and then would go on the front foot and push Merab back with his jab, make him miss, counter, rip to the body, hurt him to the body a couple of times, landed some huge overhands as well in that second and first round. Just a very, very clean, exciting, just masterful performance. I fucking love Petr Yan, and I'm happy to be wrong about this. Yan is the champion again. I'm excited for a trilogy. I'll talk more about it in my video about fights to make, but I'm not mad at a trilogy here, man. Merab cleared out this fucking division. It's exciting to have somebody beat him and that he already has a win over, and I feel like they can run a trilogy and make it a super exciting fight. Or when we beat Song Yadong, when we beat Yadong, we can get Yan versus O'Malley too. So either way, I'm winning. I don't give a fuck. Either way, I'm winning. I'm leaving with something. I'm from round away. But yeah, very good win for Petr Yan. Great performance for the Yan Sexuals. Joshua Van is the flyweight I am not celebrating the injury of Alexandre Pantoja. I need to make that very clear. Yes, I did text all my family and friends, we won the flyweight belt with no context. I did text my girlfriend, we have beat Pantoja. But this is just a sad way for the title to change hands. I don't want to celebrate this at all. As a Joshua Van super glazer, I'm super disappointed in this outcome. It's so sad to see not only Joshua Van win the belt, and he has nothing to do with the injury. Like, he caused the injury, I guess, in that regard. But he's not celebrating injuring Pantoja. He's just happy that they gave him the belt. And to see people already switching up on him as if, you know, like, he's not pulling a fucking Aljamain Sterling here, you know? Like, he caught the kick, and Pantoja's arm broke on the ground. That's completely out of his control. He's just doing his job. That counts as a TKO because it was in a fight sequence, you know? It's not like Pantoja just walked out there, rolled his ankle, broke his leg, like nothing happened. So I feel bad that Joshua Van, his moment of getting the belt is not via actually winning the fight. And I feel so bad for Pantoja as well, because he was one of the best champions in the UFC. He's pound for pound top 5. And for his title reign to not end via a fight, which I thought this was going to be a fucking banger. I felt like from that first exchange, man, this is going to be a fucking scrap. Van's going to have to, you know, really go through hell to win this fight. And he had that aura, he had that energy like he was going to fucking win a war, dude. And he wins via injury. It's so disappointing. I feel so bad for Pantoja, but at the end of the day, Joshua Van is the flyweight champion. Pantoja will be back. And I hate that it ends this way, but you know, Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira being the next title fight, it really depends on Pantoja's injury. I do not want Tatsuro Taira to jump Pantoja. If there's a possibility of 6 months from now, we get Pantoja versus Van in a immediate rematch, make that fight as opposed to Tatsuro Taira getting a title shot. But if it's going to be a long time, you know, I think that's fair to do Van versus Taira, move the division along, and then Pantoja comes back and fights the winner. But yeah, very disappointing ending. It looked like it was going to be a good fight. Pantoja started out aggressive, didn't really get to shoot a takedown or anything like that. He threw up a head kick. Van, my goat, fucking caught it with his cat-like reflexes and, you know, got kind of a trip, you know, made Pantoja fall down, and he broke his arm on the landing. Super disappointing ending, but please don't hold that against Joshua Van. It's literally out of his control that the UFC counts that as a TKO. And the last thing I'm gonna say on this, dude, I'm trying to be careful with my words because I know people are gonna think I'm like celebrating this injury. I'm not at all. But dude, if you guys, if the salty man Poirier fans get to claim Poirier McGregor 3 as a win by TKO when it was a fucking injury and it wasn't even the chick, there was no chick, then I'm sorry, but I get to claim this as Joshua Van being the fucking flyweight champion. Fuck you. I don't care. I hope Pantoja comes back quickly before he phases out of his prime. I really want to see this fight actually take place. Very disappointing end to the title fight. I'm glad the main event was good to make up for it. Let's talk about Tatsuro Taira versus Brandon Moreno. I picked Tatsuro Taira to win this fight by decision. He gets it done via TKO in the second round. Very, very, you know, impressive win. Like, you know, in terms of beating Brandon Moreno by TKO, that has never been done before in the UFC. So this is a very good win for him. And the only thing I want to address, I'll talk about the actual outcome of the fight, which was, you know, the first round, Tatsuro Taira got a takedown. Moreno reversed it, end up on top, ends up controlling him with the triangle, doesn't have it. Spends the entire round on it. I don't know why I have this like irrational hatred of Brandon Moreno now, but it's just seeing this little fuck just standing around just doing nothing, and then he gets on that fucking triangle, just stalls out the whole round. I understand why, but it's like that was kind of boring. So and the fact that the commentary glazes the fuck out of him, and that's what I want to really address, because in this second round, Tatsuro Taira takes down Brandon Moreno, puts him on his back in mount, controls him, gets to his back, scrambles around, front headlock, boom, he's on the back, hooks in. Moreno bellies out. Tatsuro Taira's on his back, punching his fucking head and giving him fucking back shots, dude. Okay? And Brandon Moreno does not defend any of these strikes. And rightfully so, the referee stops the fight. Joe Rogan would have you think that Brandon Moreno was getting up. Like, Joe Rogan literally sounded like Moreno died, bro. These guys on commentary could not even fucking pretend to be happy for Tatsuro Taira. They wanted Moreno to win so fucking badly, dude. So fucking badly. He literally did nothing. He had no defense. He had no attempt to get up. He just covered up like this and got his head punched in. And the commentary is defending him from the stoppage as if he got robbed, dude. They cared more about him and his outcome than they did about Jan Blachowicz, bro. And these guys literally are like, we're not biased, dude, but they're literally on commentary. It sounds like fucking Moreno died. Even in the post-fight interview, this dude, Joe Rogan, gets in there. Tatsuro Taira, obviously you won the fight. Do you think you maybe deserve a title shot? Like, what the fuck? Like, try not to fucking show that you clearly love Brandon Moreno. Sorry, Joe Rogan, it's not 2018 anymore. You don't get to just get on the mic, Brandon Moreno. People forget, man, he fought Pantoja. Fuck you. He's done. He lost to Tatsuro Taira. It's not a bad stoppage. I feel like I'm in fucking Looney Town. That the commentary for like the entire aftermath of the fight, they were more sad about this than they were about fucking Pantoja, dog. They were so mad Moreno lost. I swear. Maybe I'm tripping, but I'm glad Tatsuro Taira gets the win and we get a new, fresh challenger at flyweight. Let's talk about this, man. Peyton Talbott versus Henry Cejudo. I picked Peyton Talbott by decision. I said Henry Cejudo is not Raoni Barcelos. This dude is not fucking, you know, I don't know who else spams takedowns. This dude is not Merab, bro. And people dead ass said, bro, oh, Henry Cejudo is going to mug Peyton Talbott, bro. He's going to fucking demolish him, dude. Peyton Talbott goes out there, pieces him up, takes him down with his own fucking takedown, the inside trip, emotes on him, goes to fucking war with him. This was a banger fight. I mean, no disrespect to Henry Cejudo. This was a sick fight, dude. This was a back and forth scrap. Peyton Talbott won all 3 rounds in my opinion, but this was super entertaining. This was a great retirement fight for Henry Cejudo, going out against a big name, having a crazy back and forth scrap, proving how good his chin is. He started out really aggressive with the calf kicks. I was a bit worried for the bro Peyton Talbott, but Peyton Talbott, boom, stings him with the 1-2 straight away. And, you know, from that point on, the good combinations of Peyton Talbott out on the outside, moving his head, he would hit him and then he'd take his head off center and just step out. And Cejudo just could not touch him nearly as easily as Peyton Talbott could hit him. And, you know, listen, he took down Cejudo with the own inside trip. He won the first round very clearly. The second round, he hurt Cejudo badly. I've never seen Cejudo rocked this badly. Peyton Talbott rocks him on the feet, drops him, nearly finishes him. And just did a great job controlling distance. Like I said, making Cejudo miss. Cejudo did a good job. He mixed in a takedown, got some control time in the second round against Peyton Talbott. Peyton Talbott did a great job to get straight back up. And once he started attacking the body, he really took over. He was mixing in nice elbows, the jab, the right hand. He would even switch stances because of the calf kicks, land a straight left, step off to the side. Really started to damage and bruise up the face of Henry Cejudo. The body shots were very, very brutal as well. He was ripping them to the body. Even defending takedown attempts, he was able to punch him in the face, punch him to the body. Did a lot of damage in that regard. This is the most I've seen Cejudo hurt in a fight. And he just fought fucking Song Yadong in his last fight not that long ago. So this was a very impressive performance from Peyton Talbott. You know, Cejudo out-scrambled him. He had some control in moments, but like I said, Peyton Talbott showed great takedown defense, great offensive grappling, and a great ability to get back up without giving up any damage or any submission positions. And he just returned out to the space out in the open, ripped him up to the body, jabbed him up, landed his own kicks, knees up the middle when Cejudo ducked his head. He pointed down with 10 seconds left. They had a great scrappy finish to the fight. This was a great retirement for Henry Cejudo. He's a fucking legend. Listen, I'm gonna miss ripping a fuck. Listen, dude. I think he's gonna kick, dude. I think he's gonna punch, guys. I'm gonna miss like the Cejudo impression moments. Don't take this as me hating on Henry Cejudo, man. This was a great showcase of his chin, just his toughness, his warrior spirit. So respects to Henry Cejudo, but Peyton Talbott gets a very impressive top 10 win. And, you know, I know people are going to pull the Paddy Pimblett card on this dude, and all of a sudden now Henry Cejudo is not a good win. It's not a good performance. Henry Cejudo was washed. He was retired. You know what I mean? But you just think about the fact that Merab, Song Yadong, who else fought him? Aljo, none of those guys could do the shit that Peyton Talbott was doing. Peyton Talbott landed more takedowns, took him down, defended a lot of his takedowns, hurt him every fucking round, like multiple times. He did better than Song Yadong. I would argue he did better than Merab. He didn't get fucking rocked like Merab did. So Peyton Talbott with a very good performance here. I hope that he gets a big name in the top 10 at bantamweight. And opening up the card, why does this keep happening to Jan Blachowicz? He won this fight, bro. He won round 1 and round 3. I understand the draw. I'm not going to say he got robbed, but I just mean round by round, Jan Blachowicz won round 1, he won round 3. I feel for the guy, man. I feel for the guy in the fact that the judges, now they know what a 10-8 looks like. So many other fights, they will not give out a 10-8. But when it's convenient, when they need it, when they need a little cheeky, fuck it, we'll throw a 10-8 in now. That's when they decide to pull it. Jan Blachowicz was very patient in the first round, landed some nice calf kicks. His jab was super effective. He showed off that he still has a very good chin, good defense, solid kickboxing. Guskov was quicker than him, man. Guskov was landing some good shots. He was moving around a lot more smoothly, a lot better than Jan. Jan definitely looks a little bit older now. And he couldn't really get to Guskov as easily as he might have been able to back in the day, but he was still able to land his jab, land some good kicks. I think he won the first round, and the second round was a clear Guskov round. It was kind of back and forth. Jan Blachowicz started out good, and then Guskov dropped him, blitzed him with a right hand. And initially, Jan Blachowicz did a very good job off his back. It didn't seem like he was rocked super badly. Seemed like it was kind of a flash knockdown. He threatened a heel hook. He tried to control Guskov's arms a little bit, and then Guskov got comfortable, settled into the half guard and the full guard in some moments, and landed some really big elbows that damaged Blachowicz badly. I don't know if it was like full-blown, he's about to finish this fight. There was a couple of sequences where I thought, okay, if he keeps doing this, their ref is going to think the fight's going to be over soon. But I don't know if there's necessarily any elbows or moments where I'm like, bro, Jan Blachowicz needs to get out of there now. Like, he got hit with some elbows, but he was always doing enough to keep moving. He stayed on his back for a super long time. So I understand the 10-8, but in some regards, I wouldn't have been mad at 29-28 Jan Blachowicz because he clearly won the third round. He walked down Guskov, landed his jab, dropped him at the end of the round, showed a lot of good defense on the feet, still considering the fact that he's fucking 43 years old or whatever it is. Yeah, I feel for Blachowicz, man. He always has these weird-ass fights where it's like, he should have won or it's a draw, and it's like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Bro, I'm so sweaty, holy fuck. It is so hot in here, dude. Dude, it is so hot in here, man. But yeah, Jan Blachowicz unfortunately does not get the win, even though I picked him. It's a draw. The second draw he's had in Las Vegas in December. Can you fucking believe it? The rest of this card was fucking amazing, man. These prelims were generational prelims. Majority finishes, as we said in the bingo card predictions. And I did very well on my overall predictions as well. I think I went 10-2 or something like that, or 10-3 on predictions with one draw. So I'm very happy with that. And in the main event of the prelims, I fucking knew this, dude. I'm a fucking sightseer, bro. I glazed Grant Dawson initially. And then I said, hold on a second. I watched the tape. I reviewed the footage. I hit rewind. And I picked Manuel Torres by round 1 knockout. And this was very Sean Brady, Michael Morales-esque, bro. Like I said in the predictions, this is that type of matchup to me where, do I think Grant Dawson should have been fighting someone unranked? No. But that's what we got, and it's pretty sad for Grant Dawson. I like Grant Dawson. He's a nice guy. He kind of reminds me of Beneil Dariush, where it's like, I think he has a solid skill set, but I just don't think he beats some of these real physical, dangerous finishers now with his chin and with the skill set that he has. Torres was super patient. He waited for the takedowns. He defended them very well, forced Grant Dawson to stand up, and then basically the first real good exchange, Grant Dawson went for a little jab and tried to run away, and Torres just followed him, right hand caught him, left uppercut dropped him really, really badly, followed up to get the finish. Great win for Torres here. Very short, violent finish here. Not much to talk about on a technical level. Very, very good win for Manuel Torres, excuse me. I feel bad for Grant Dawson, but yeah, this was a crazy good win by Manuel Torres, especially when you consider the fact that Grant Dawson is 11-1 in the UFC. Now 11-2, bro. Like, that's pretty fucking good, dude. And he didn't really fluke it like Bobby Green. Let's be real. Next fight of the night. Listen, McKinney. I picked Terrence McKinney, bro. And he literally, it's like he just, he genuinely has the fighting style of, like, you know your mate in UFC online? That, like, if they're whooping your ass, they're, like, cheesing. And then the second you turn the tables, they just pause and quit the game or something. Or like, oh, my controller's dead. Oh, bro, my mom needs me to come do the dishes. Hold on, bro. I'll be right back. That's literally how McKinney fought in this fight. He came out, guns blazing, rocked Chris Duncan like 3 or 4 times, right? Knee up the middle, right hand on the temple, had him really, really wobbled, defended a takedown attempt from Chris Duncan's corpse. And then I got the sense that it's like he couldn't land that one killer shot, bro. Like he just couldn't land that one finishing shot. He had all these big shots that were hurting Duncan and was kind of, you know, sending him all over the shop, but he couldn't put in that one shot that would just drop him badly and the ref would step in. And Chris Duncan turned it all around by just tying up with him and bombing an elbow on the front of his face. McKinney went down. There's no other way to describe this than what I have in my notes. McKinney got knocked. Like, you know how in Fortnite you get knocked? Like, he literally got knocked. He was on hands and knees, just kind of crawling away, not responding at all. Very weird stoppage, not on Chris Duncan at all. This was still exciting while it lasted. But Chris Duncan was landing these little punches that just weren't stopping McKinney. Like, the ref was just standing there like, while McKinney's just dead on his hands and knees, trying to get back up, falling back down, getting back up. So eventually Chris Duncan just locks up an anaconda, gets the tap. This is kind of what I knew was going to happen. If McKinney didn't get that first round finish, you know that his gas tank just drops down to 55 and he's getting submitted or he's getting brutally finished on some Golden Freddy shit. So that's what happened. Very good fight. Very, exciting back and forth scrap while it lasted, and a good win here for Chris Duncan. You know, we kind of knew this was a big possibility, was Chris Duncan by submission or McKinney by KO. Great fight. It delivered, man. I didn't really watch Macy Barber, Karini Silva. I'm going to be 100% honest. I was cooking lunch. Macy Barber did get hit with an illegal up kick at one point, so that was bad. I'm glad she won. She got some takedowns and some ground and pound, so that's good, dude. I'm sorry I didn't watch that. Nazim Sadikov for SCM, one of the best performances I've ever seen. For SCM put on a fucking masterclass, dude. Am I tripping that for SCM just made Nazim Sadikov look so bad? And Sadikov is good. This is the guy that MMA hardcores like me love to glaze Nazim Sadikov. He's a super wicked striker. He's got solid grappling. We've seen him submit guys like Terrence McKinney as well, ride out that early storm, just like Chris Duncan. He's got nasty, pocket boxing. We've seen him go to war with Slava Claus, Nicholas Moreno in his last fight. He can tank some big shots and come back. For SCM, just made it look like he did not belong in there at all. He made him look like a featherweight, straight up. For SCM, put on one of the best. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm trying not to glaze too hard. I'm trying not to be Lucas Tracy recency bias moment here. But brother, when I was watching this fight, I was thinking, damn, I want to see for SCM fight for a belt, dude. Like straight up, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. For SCM actually did better than I even thought, and I picked him to win. Sadikov tried to clinch him up, immediately reverses it, drops down on the single leg, high crotch, puts Sadikov on his back in the middle of the cage away from the fence, and then gets on his back, controls him the entire first round, 0 damage taken. Second round, he outstrikes Sadikov, who, again, very, very talented fighter, very good striker. Like a lot of danger here from Sadikov. ZM just jabbed him up, leg kicked him, beat him up. And then, again, Sadikov, not really sure what else to do because he's so far out of range, can't get anything going offensively. Tries to clinch, tries to wrestle. ZM reverses it again, picks him up, elevates him, puts him against the fence, controlling him from that back body lock. He threatened a rear naked choke. Sadikov did a good job to escape that. And then up against the fence. I've never really seen this in the UFC, and I feel like more people should do this, is as soon as Sadikov tries to, because when you've got someone on your back on the box, when someone's on your back with the body lock against the cage, you want to try and get your elbow in between them so you can turn and face them and get back up, right? When Sadikov turned and faced him with his elbow down, ZM just disengaged enough to drop an elbow and just hurt him so bad. Followed up with a second one, got the ground and pound finish right on the buzzer. I think this was a good stoppage. I did see people complaining about this stoppage, but Sadikov literally got up like fucking wobbling all over the place. So this was an insane finish. This was a great performance from SCM. Please go rewatch this if you're like a MMA nerd of technique and just skill and you didn't watch this, bro. This was a fucking generational performance. I'm super excited to see what SCM does next in the UFC. This was a great performance from him. Bruno Ferreira beat Marvin Vettori by decision. How was that even a fucking loss, bro? One thing I love about Marvin, I picked Bruno by decision, and I said it'll be a 29-28, and Marvin will get mad and think he got robbed. That's literally exactly what this dude does. Him and Brendan Allen, every fight, they could get 30-27. They go to the center of that cage. And then when they lose, like, that's literally Marvin every fight. Brother, you did not do shit in this fight. I don't know where these 90 significant strikes came from, because Marvin Vettori just stood around at range. He was shooting bad takedowns in the first round. He landed some nice calf kicks. Rogan was fucking creaming his pants. That calf is done, man. He's chewing up that calf. He's switching so much. But Ferreira landed some big overhands in the first round. He countered Marvin Vettori very well. Blitzed him, threw more. Vettori did rock him at the end of the first round for a second with like a straight left, but he just didn't do enough. That's really what it comes down to. Vettori landed some nice little clean shots straight down the middle. Some nice jabs, moved around, some nice calf kicks, but Ferreira was more aggressive. He was throwing more combinations. He was throwing more shots, and he was landing bigger shots. He might have landed less on the significant strikes, but he did a lot more damage and did a lot more to win the fight. So I think it's a very clear 29-28 here for Bruno Ferreira. I think he won the first round, the second round. I could see him getting all 3 rounds, but I could understand maybe a judge giving that first round or that third round to Marvin Vettori, but not both. Like, so I don't know why Marvin was raging like he fucking got robbed or something like that, because again, all he was doing was jabbing, moving around, threatening really bad takedowns, not really doing that much. And Bruno Ferreira was blitzing into him, throwing hard body kicks, mixing in some takedowns, had some good moments in the grappling as well. Third round, Marvin Vettori tried to pick it up. God bless him. But he was getting blasted with some fucking uppercuts. He got hit with a spinning elbow as well. He had some decent moments, but he just didn't do enough, like I said. And it makes me sad, because I still think we have not seen Marvin Vettori's full potential going full barge mode, bro. I'm still waiting on the fight where Marvin Vettori just goes, you know what, fuck this. I'm not actually technical. I'm not this clean fucking boxer that I think I am. I'm just gonna go barge mode. I just want to see him go Nick Diaz mode on somebody. Like, who actually stops Marvin Vettori? Because people thought he was gonna get chinned in this fight. And I understand that, because he was getting rocked in some of his other fights. Bro, this guy's chin is made of something fucking else. Imagine Vettori just barge mode coming at you like Ayman Zahabi. I need to see him actually try. But yeah, Bruno Ferreira wins by decision. There was some other good highlights on this card. Jalen Turner got a nasty finish against Edson Barboza. Nobody shocked. Landed a nice right hand that dropped Barboza, followed up. Got the finish by TKO in the first round. Damaged him really badly as well. Landed a nice little step-in elbow on the lead side that cut Barboza on the top of his head. Very, very bloody, nasty finish. I'm turning into I don't know what the fuck's happening to me. I'm turning into a ghost, but this fight was fucking crazy as well. Now I have to sit up with this posture because of the sun. Ivo Bartanuski versus Ibo Aslan was a fucking banger. This was the modern day Pat Barry versus Czech Congo. Back and forth, rocking each other. Ibo Aslan came out super aggressive, hurt him. Bartanuski rocks him straight back. And I think what it came down to, which led to Ivo beating Ibo, was he was throwing like a little bit shorter on his hooks. Just a little bit tighter with the technique. And you could see Ibo Aslan was kind of swinging big. Bartanuski was kind of ducking, throwing little tighter shots. And every time his right hand touched the chin of Ibo Aslan, he hurt him really bad. Dropped him 2 or 3 times. And then the last shot, he just fucking cleaned him on the chin. I can't even explain this fight. I can't even do it justice. Just go rewatch this. It's like a minute and a half long. This was a fucking generational beginning to the card, because we had this fucking fight of the year candidate in a minute 30. We had Abdul Malik submit Antonio Tricolio with a standing guillotine in like 30 seconds. And Myron Santos actually put on a very good performance. It was kind of boring to start off, but then he nukes Muhammad Naimov with a straight shot down the middle, hurts him bad, gets the finish. So this was a great pay-per-view all up. I'm going to say this was like an 8 out of 10, maybe a 8.3. I feel like we're really missing that Pantoja versus Van fight of the year that we were supposed to get, because that would have put this to a 10 out of 10. I'm just going to keep it a buck. You get a Jan masterclass winning the belt back. Joshua Van becomes champion. All these finishes and stuff like that. If it was Pantoja versus Van going to war, this might be a 10 out of 10. This was a fucking generational pay-per-view. This is my immediate sweaty reaction. Let me know your opinions in the comments down below. If you agree, if you disagree, let me know. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel. I got heaps of videos coming talking about what fights need to be made next. I'm going to react to all the news that the UFC's dropped. I'm going to be building a full schedule of fights that I want to see this year. I got heaps of stuff coming, so stay tuned for all of that. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA, and I will see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.